Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you a quick little haul video, mini haul. Still not sure exactly what I qualify as, a mini or a regular haul. But also here with me is Lily Persicki, who has her own YouTube channel. Check out her cover of Billy Talent. Yeah, I'm giving you some cheap plugs here.
Yay!
Because we're dating.
Nice.
So, there's that. Anyway. Okay, so, should you start? We took a trip to the mall, the comic book store, and FYE today, so.
Well, due to you have more than I do, it might be best that you start. Because, yeah.
Okay. You guys know I did the little review on the recently released Strain Funko Pop figures, and I got the other two. Last time she had given me Vaughn and Abraham's Trekian, and this time I got F and the Master. So, here's Dr. Ephraim Goodweather, right here, covering up Lily, which is always a plus.
Hi! Oh, there I am!
So yeah, you guys know he's my favorite character on the show, so I had to get this one for sure. Maybe they'll do another one sometime with a shaved head or something like that, we'll see. But you guys know how much I love the show, so these are kind of essential for me to get. The next best thing to like NECA quality figures. And then here's the Master right here. Of course, with the first body, I don't want to say too much about the show, but...
Yeah. I assume he would have different forms, so it wouldn't be too much of a surprise to me.
So I think this one looks pretty good, although I can't exactly remember that color on him, but I think it works. Last sculpting going into the face, and you guys know I'll do a video on this at some point later. I still haven't done a video on the Black Widow figure. I think I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get your butt in gear and do that.
She's ordering me around. She's kind of bossy.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. Abuse.
No.
Please help.
By no means.
Anyway, I guess we should probably move on. So I'm looking forward to those. Okay. How much stuff do you have?
Only 2.
Okay. Go.
Alright, well, we stopped, as he said, at FYE, and I ended up finding used a movie I've really enjoyed. It's The Raven, and while I'm a big, I'm just a really big Edgar Allan Poe fan, so seeing some of his works put into cinema like this, and seeing how, well, in the case of this movie, how a serial killer can take Edgar Allan Poe's works and, well, use them to his own advantages and cause havoc. It was very interesting. I think overall the movie wasn't received too well, but I think it was just with me as an Edgar Allan Poe fan, I kind of saw more out of it than what maybe the critics might have. It's like I've analyzed the stories a lot on my own, because just reading them at first glance, you don't really understand what the hell is happening. So just kind of going back and reading them, and then of course seeing this just kind of made me gain a further appreciation for his work and the terror that it can cause, both mentally and physically, depending of course on the situation that you're in. Your turn.
I'll start with this one. Okay, you guys know I did a review on 30 Days of Night a while back, so I picked up the direct-to-DVD sequel, 30 Days of Night, The Dark Days. Or Dark Days, not The Dark Days. But, really, you guys know 30 Days of Night, the original, is one of my favorites of all time. You know, probably just behind things like Stakeland and Ginger Snaps and things like that. And I know the sequel isn't quite worthy of the predecessor, but I haven't actually seen it myself yet, but I'm actually hoping that, at the very least, it's a decent, horror flick. Maybe not quite as highly received for myself as the first, but hopefully a solid entry anyway. And yeah, I also know Catherine Isabel has a bit part in this as a character called Stacy, I think. So that's pretty fun to see her get killed, I guess.
But sad, too.
I hate seeing her die. Anyway.
Just don't try to think of being human right now.
Yeah. And like the quote from Ain't It Cool News says on the front of it, Dark Days makes Twilight look like nursery school. So at least I know it's probably going to be better than Twilight.
Thank God. I think any vampire movie these days can be better than Twilight by a long shot.
I wouldn't really run with that phrase, though, because there's probably some really bad ones out there, too.
Well, there are some ones, like, before it that were really bad, or some where, like, they know they're bad and they just run with it.
Well, that's different than just being bad and when you're trying to make a serious
Yeah, exactly.
thing.
That was with the Twilight franchise, of where they're trying to be this serious teen romance, slightly, I guess, scary vampire movie, but then it just turned to shit.
And apparently the author is doing a new version of her story with a gender swap.
No! It's gonna be horrible, and my sister's gonna bug me about it. My sister's a big Twihard. So
Has she heard about that yet?
I don't think so I'm blessed in that regard that she doesn't know.
You should share something about it with her on Facebook. Yeah.
I
Anyway.
would die.
Okay, small talk over.
Yay, small talk.
So yeah, I think this will actually be hopefully be a decent one, even if it's not the classic like the original was to me. So yeah, you guys know I'm kind of lazy with watching my movies I buy and stuff like that. But when I do watch it, I will review it. So you have that to look forward to. Of course, a Blu-ray copy.
Alright, and then the last thing I ended up getting was, like, I've seen the Americanized version of Yuan's The Ring and then The Ring 2. So Yuan also did a movie called The Grudge, and of course we've, as Americans, have made our own version of it as well. And that, of course, is, there it is, The Grudge. And this is one I've been meaning to see. Like, I have completely enjoyed the Ring franchise. Absolutely loved it. It's like I ended up seeing The Ring like a year ago with a friend, and I was just kind of very, I guess, well pleased with it. And then reading critics' reviews and stuff like that, too, of how they highly praise that movie, even, like, over Yuan's The Ring. So, well, Ring U, that's what it's called. But how they praise The Ring over Ring U is, I found to be quite interesting, of how we were able to adapt it so well, and then it gets so well received. So I thought might as well see our American version of The Grudge and see if I like it as well. Like, I've seen bits and pieces of it, and I will admit it did scare me, but I'm a pansy when it comes to horror movie stuff, so anything can scare me.
And the funny thing about it is I claim to be this big horror movie fan, and everyone she tells me about that she's watching, I haven't seen.
Oh yeah, it's more modern, kind of like paranormal stuff I've been seeing.
I've never really been too interested in like the possession, paranormal stuff like that.
It's like some of it I find to be interesting, and then some of it just becomes a little too much, like the Paranormal Activity movies. I've seen bits and pieces of the other ones, but then seen the fourth completely, and I just didn't like it. It was just nothing I really enjoyed. It wasn't really that scary until like the end, of where like shit starts flying all over the place, or someone's stuck on the ceiling by some force, but it's not.
Yeah, let's not turn this into a Paranormal Activity review.
Yeah, we don't want to do that, or else it'd be a lot of me bitching about it.
Alright.
Sorry if you guys like it, but I just don't.
Ooh,
how dare I?
There's going to be posts on Facebook and Twitter about this.
Yeah, people are going to be pissed with me. Sorry, people of America.
Like Ariana Grande all over again.
Oh no.
Anyway. I'll close us off by showing the other movie I picked up, and that is The Collector. And ironically enough, from the collectors of from the collectors, the writers of Saw 4, 5, and 6. Of course, because she's a pretty big fan of the Saw franchise, apparently.
Good stuff.
And you will not watch this without me.
I won't, I promise.
Yeah. So I will probably get to this one before the other one, I think, but The Dark Days is probably one I'll just throw in some night when in the middle of the week or something like that. This one I'll probably try to concentrate a little bit more on. The Collector I remember seeing previews for. I know there's the collection out now. I'm not sure if they're doing a third one or not. But, I did actually hear decent things about it. And the same people that say, the Saw movies are, torture porn and stuff like that, they said this is less of that, apparently. And it sounds more like a straight-up horror type of movie. But I like the premise of it, really. I'll read you guys the back of it real quick. For handyman and ex-con Arkin, a rare gem inside a supposedly empty house could be the ticket to his family's financial freedom. But when a mass psychopath makes it inside first, Arkin must save the people he came to rob or become part of the killer's sick collection in blood, bone, and tears. So it's a different setup for it. At least the main character is not your typical hot teenage guy that's going to save the day and stuff like that. Or the frightened little girl. So I don't know.
Which would be me in most cases.
Yeah. So yeah, it might turn out to be decent, but we'll see. Hopefully this wasn't another impulse buy that I end up regretting, but we'll see.
I think it does sound quite interesting, though, especially the creators of Saw 4, 5, and 6 did it. And I've seen up to Saw 5, and what they did in Saw 4 and 5 was actually quite good. Especially, I didn't know how they were going to continue with the franchise after, let's just say, something happened. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but let's just say some major shit went down, and I think it was around Saw 3. So especially with me, I didn't know how they were going to necessarily continue it or have it up at that same ante as the first 3. But they pulled it very well, and with me, I honestly don't see Saw as a torture porn because the story with the characters is actually quite interesting, and how each movie itself builds upon another. It's not separate stories. It's just all one timeline from beginning to end. And I find it to actually be quite interesting.
I'll probably have to give those a try sometime.
Yeah, if I'll bring it over, strap you to a chair, and force you to watch it.
See what I said? Abuse.
No.
Guys, when I turn this webcam off, I hope you'll see another video from me. No guarantees, though.
Trust me, I'm not gonna hurt him. I'm not that kind of girl.
She takes advantage of my kindness.
Sure I do.
Alright, I'll catch you guys next time. Add me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, Movie Pilot, and look for me on SpoiledDead.com. And, peace. Do it.
You're fine. Belly dust.